Kari Olsen-Porthouse, welcome to my show, Perfect Health on Elastic FM with Elaine Godley.
Good afternoon.
So you sing, and I love your email address, which is also related to singing, Liberty Singer. I won't give the rest of it away at the moment. So tell us about your singing.
My singing, so I mean, yes, I sing, but really I'm teaching other people to sing, particularly in groups. So the Liberty Singer bit is me, but all my choirs and singing groups have that name as well. So my big community choir is the West Bridgford Liberty Singers. I had a pop-up choir in town for a while called the Think Nottingham Liberty Singers.
Ah.
I run small groups, I go into workplaces, and everything is encompassed in this sort of Liberty Singer brand. There's the freedom of singing. It also handily helps me out with my sewing business, where I use Liberty fabric and a Singer sewing machine.
Oh, how fabulous. Oh, goodness me. Right. Very few people millennials probably wouldn't know what you were talking about, Liberty prints.
Possibly not. What are they missing?
And Singer sewing machines, indeed. But I used both as well in the past, so I'm with you on there. Fabulous combination.
Yes.
So with your group, you said groups, plural. So yes. West Bridgford, is it people from the community? Is it a particular type of person that joins you?
It's anybody. My only stipulation to join the choir is that you're over the age of 16 and that you like singing. That's it. And people, I assumed people would just come. I actually attached it to the school in the first place. So we held it at West Bridgford Infant School.
Right.
Thinking I'd get a load of parents. I think I had 6. And that included me. So people are coming from all over the place. In fact, I know where they're coming from because I ran a Facebook poll on it. And they're coming out from Sherwood, they're coming out from Tollerton, from all over the place. And on my opening night, I had 128 people.
Wow, goodness.
And it kind of dipped a little bit down to sort of 80, 90. And we've just had a break and gone back, and we've gone into a different venue. And we're up to 100. So I've had 2 rehearsals back and 100 at each. Just over 100 each.
Goodness me, that's amazing. So what are the benefits of singing?
Oh, start me off. So I just think singing is a way to escape the world. It escapes everything else and just makes people feel better. So this is one thing if you're singing sort of on your own, but for some reason this is amplified massively if you're singing in a group.
They say that, or they, whoever they are, when you do anything in a group, the feel-good factor comes out, the camaraderie, the mutual support, the accountability, all that stuff makes a difference, doesn't it?
The support people give each other is amazing. It's as much community as it is choir. We support each other. We support each other's businesses. You know, somebody's running the marathon. Could I sell tickets, raffle tickets? Yes, of course. And the girl comes back to me and says, I can't believe how many people have bought tickets, but you're one of us.
Yes.
And we're doing something. And so, yes, when you run the marathon on Sunday, we had a gig the next day. Are you coming? Yes. Will you bring your medal? She said, yes. And everybody wants to celebrate. You know, a lady got married. And bless her, she didn't tell anybody, but I knew she'd got married. So we all, she's mortified, but actually, it's good news. People like good news, and we share that together, and it's a lovely, lovely feeling.
It's excellent, and also it's community leads to family, doesn't it? Because if you belong in a community, you belong to a family.
Yes, we're a
sort of unwritten rules and unwritten things, but you kind of stick up for each other, as you say, which is excellent.
I see people around all the time. Now, there's a lot of them, and I can't remember who's who. I say, if you see me, please say, hello, I'm in the choir. And then, because it's not my choir, it's our choir, or it's the choir. But yeah, I was talking to Rushcliffe Council this morning about a potential Christmas gig, and I'm asking this very nice gentleman, who is it I need to talk to get on this at the West Bridgford Town light switch on. And this lady pops up from nowhere and says, you could talk to me, I've come to your choir, it's amazing.
Oh, fabulous.
2 hours later I've got an email and a slot and a time, so yeah, that's good news.
Excellent. I was going to ask you where your choir sings, so that's one place, so West Bridgford Christmas light turn on, so is that agreed? Is that a definite gig?
Yes, it is a definite gig. We have a fairly regular slot once a term at the Test Match pub in Gordon Square in West Bridgford. It's the only pub locally big enough to fit us in.
Wow.
We take about, well, last time there were about 70 of us there. And it's just, I mean, it's great. There's no ticket price. You know, we don't get paid for singing there. We just like it. They're very good to us. They set everything up how we want it. We go along, we sing, we have a break, we sing again, and then at the end we have what I call the karaoke songs, where
Very good. Kari Olsen-Porthouse, karaoke, very good.
we get everybody to join in the pub with something that something that they're going to know. I think we sang "Don't Look Back in Anger" at the end of the last one, because we sing pop music, we sing stuff that people are going to know. So you would come to my choir. You don't need any experience at all. Like I say, you just need to like singing. I would teach everything by ear. All the harmony parts are taught by ear. And we do sing in up to 4, sometimes 5-part harmony. And if that's quite scary. So I do it in such a way that it kind of creeps up on them. And they don't really realise they're doing it until it's kind of done.
Fabulous.
We quite often as well invite people to the front. I say, somebody come and stand with me and hear what I can hear. Because wherever you are, you can't hear what I can hear, and they come and say, "That's amazing."
Awesome. So, what other gigs have you got lined up?
I've been very busy today. I've just also secured 2 gigs, one at the Broad Marsh Centre, one at the Victoria Centre. For Christmas as well. We also have a charity concert, which one of our members asked us if we could do for her, for the charity that she's involved with, and that's on the 10th of November. That's at Village Hall in Plumtree, which is for a charity called Footprints. So
right.
if we can help charities that are relevant to our group as well, I think this is all for the good.
Fabulous. So do people pay to come along? Presumably you have to pay for the hall hire and this sort of thing.
Yes, it's my job. So I try and keep it affordable, because I want people to come. And so it's £5 for your annual membership and £5 a session. And it's every other week. So it's not a huge, enormous commitment that people, I don't think I'll be able to do that. And also people who've got childcare to deal with, getting a babysitter every week is a lot. But every other week, it's just about doable. So, and I keep up to date with everybody. So every time we've had a rehearsal, the next day there's a whole list. This is what we did. This was good. We need to work on this. Da, 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 da. Well done for this. Brilliant for that. And then I run a poll of what did you like singing. I like a poll, and they vote on what was their favourite song to sing.
Brilliant. And do you do what do they call it? Sort of like barbershop stuff. So harmonies without music. I mean, do you have a backing band or anything like that, or is it just literally voices?
I do everything with backing tracks on iPod. So we'll learn a song with the artist, as it were.
Yes.
And there's X amount of karaoke versions or instrumental versions that I purchased to perform to. But I am running an a cappella workshop as well. Every term I run an extra workshop on one of our alternate Mondays. So in the past, I've done it for 2 hours. This time, because it's a cappella, I'm going to run it over 2 1.5 hours, because it will literally give them brain ache. We're doing a song that we already know, Chasing Cars, which we sing in 4-part harmony. But I think it's going to go into 9 parts a cappella. Whoa. So it'll be quite, somebody's going to get the bom, 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 bom bit. I've got to break it up so that somebody doesn't just get that all the way through. Who wants to pay 10 quid to just sing bom every beat? So yeah, that's coming up, and I'm running that at the Methodist Church on Musters Road in West Bridgford on the 22nd of October and the 12th of November. So just give people just time to get into it, get their head around it, and then we have another go. And then these smaller groups, we then perform in the pub at the Test Match pub. So we have the whole choir, and then I've got smaller groups. I've got a group that rehearse in my house actually on alternate Wednesdays. I call them the Magnificent Seven, and they come here and sing. And I asked them. I said, "Would you sing this in front of everybody?" And then one lady said, "I'll do it if you'll do it." And that was it. Yeah, well, we'll do it. Brilliant. But it is very, very empowering. The feedback I get from people about this, confidence building, the togetherness. I wouldn't make them stand up and do it if they were rubbish. Of course I wouldn't. But they were really, really good.
So how do you cope then if somebody is rubbish? Do you just sort of put them at the back of the group, or do you tell them?
Perfectly honest, I've got 100 people, I can't hear them individually. as long as it's not glaringly obvious. I do offer private coaching as well. I do offer singing lessons to people. Either you can come on your own, or you can come in a pair, or a very small group of 3 or 4, or like I say, there's this group of 7. I've got another group just started as well of 10, and they've kind of, a few of them came to me and said, we'd like to do this on a much smaller scale. And I said, well, this is how many people we need for it to work. So would you like to choose who you'd like to come? And they did that. So that started last week. But yeah, I believe that everybody can sing. Now, obviously, some people are not nicer to listen to than others. But within that, you can develop a sense of voice. And particularly, this is the thing about being in a big group. You say, well, I can't sing that in tune on my own. But if you pop yourself right in the middle of a load of people doing the right thing, you'll probably do the same as them.
Yes, yeah, you end up gravitating towards those around us, don't we? The same with people picking up accents when they're talking, and some people tend to gravitate to a posh voice or an East End voice or Northern voice, whatever it is, according to who's with you.
Yeah.
Right, that's good. I like the sound of improving singing by osmosis.
Yes, well, then it's a lot less standing up and singing on your own in front of somebody, even if it's just me. It's like stripping yourself naked. It's really, really hard. People find it, they come for lessons and they're absolutely shaking. And, all they want me to say at the end of it is, you're in tune. Oh, am I really? Well, if you weren't, I'd say you weren't. And this is how we're going to get it in tune. Yeah. So, yes, a really good trick to do. You can do this with anybody singing anywhere. Sing along. If you just pop your finger and close one ear, you can hear yourself.
Yes.
And sometimes, that is out, isn't it? And that's a really good. Or record yourself, which is excruciating. But I do encourage my students to record themselves. You don't have to play it to me, really. Don't play it to anybody. Listen to it once, delete it if you want to.
Yes.
But do it.
Yeah, great idea. When I'm in the car, it's the only time I sing, and I am Debbie Harry. When I'm in the car, I am that person.
I think we need to get you to choir.
Who knows? Who knows? Stranger things have happened at sea. So when you have all these, literally 100 people together, do you all wear the same things? Do you make outfits with your Liberty and Singer sewing machine? So how does it work?
I considered it until I realised I've got 100 people. At the moment, I want while we're all together and we are one, I still want our individuality within that. So what we do when we're singing in the pub, we sing in black, but whatever you want black. So if you're a trouser person, you can wear black trousers, and some people want to wear a black dress, some people t-shirts and black jeans. It's fine because it gives us a unity, but still gives us a sense of difference. And I like that.
Yeah, and black is always smart, isn't it? And people just can't go wrong with black, really.
And also it means that when we arrive at the pub, we look round and say, oh, yeah, she's in the choir. Because you don't necessarily recognise people's faces when there's so many. And it's nice because they end up standing next to people that they perhaps don't always stand next to. And then they've met somebody else and made a new friend. It was funny, on the first week back, we started a new venue and I had a different setup with the chairs. I put them in a circle.
Yes, yeah.
Their minds.
Outside of their comfort zone.
Yes, I said, sit wherever you like. So you're sitting with different people. And just before we started, I said, just want to try something with you lot. Can you wave at me? I call my sopranos the Reds. So where are the Reds? Oh, they're all sat together. Brilliant. Yellows? Yes, you've all sat together. And they'd still sat in their same configuration that they would normally, even though they got the opportunity to sit anywhere. It amused me.
Yes, wonderful.
Comment on socials.
So, Kari, how did you get into this malarkey?
Oh, I've always sung, really. But I did a performance art degree at university, majoring in music. I'm a clarinet player. That's what I'm qualified to do. I'm not a qualified singing teacher. I'm not a qualified singer. I don't have grades in singing at all. But then I spent a long time working in advertising. The music thing was still there. Then I became a primary school teacher. And then I was head of music. Then I took over the school choirs. And then I became a primary specialist teacher, so I only taught music from children aged 3 up to 11. And from that, I worked at the school I worked in, I had the juniors choir. Somebody else had an infant choir. I had a different school where I had another junior choir. And then I started a community choir. Again, predominantly for the parents, but it was about 50-50. It was a smaller group. It was about 45 to 50 in that choir. And that's when I thought, yes, this works. So we moved to Nottingham not last August, the August before, with the idea. I gave up teaching and thought, right, I'm going to sing for a living. I'm going to run choirs, workplace choirs, whatever form of singing I can do. That's what I'm going to do for a living. So I spent 3 months sussing out the area, working out what was already here, where there might be a gap, and then we launched on the 12th of January last year.
Brilliant. And you've done all so you've only been going about 18 months, and yet what an impact you've made. That's fantastic.
Last January, so we've been going 8 months, 9 months.
January this year.
Yes.
Right, January 18. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's really good. Well done. Where did you move from?
We were in Beckenham, which is just on the edge of Kent. 3 streets down would have been in London.
Yeah.
So it was a big move. It was a move. We came home. It's home for me. My parents live in Nottinghamshire, and my brother lives quite locally as well. So my parents are very much part of what I'm doing. They said, "Well, we'll come on the first night and just boost your numbers."
Yes.
So now my mum does the door with a friend, and my dad looks after the tea urn. In fact, on the first night, my sister-in-law was even there, running up and down with extra photocopying, because I got a vague idea how many were coming through Facebook. We got on the West Bridgford Wire, and we got on Radio Nottingham, and so I was watching the numbers going up, but you're never quite sure exactly how many that number really means. So she was literally running up and down the aisles with extra copies of things.
Brilliant.
It was a madness, but it was a good madness.
Yeah, excellent. That's absolutely fabulous. Well, you said you weren't qualified, but to me, everything you've rattled off qualifies you more than having a piece of paper with a grade on it. So
it does, and the qualification for me is the fact that people still come, and I get lovely feedback from people. I ask people, to share with me what the choir is to them, because when I set up the first community choir, I thought I was setting up a choir. That was it. I thought that was going to be the end of it, and it was just so much more than that. One of my group was an author. She wrote a book about a choir. She dedicated it to us. It's lovely, and you don't realise what people are going through. And some people are going through a lot, and then along comes this choir. It's just 2 hours of singing a week, and it means an awful lot to people to be part of that and able to do it.
Fabulous. Well, I take my hat off to you.
Well, I'd like you to take your hat off and come down to choir.
Well, I may do. You never know. So 2 songs I asked my guests to choose, and you've chosen The Carpenters, and the song you've chosen is called Sing. So why have you chosen that song, Kari?
Oh, it's charming. Sing a song, sing it loud, sing it long.
I do know that one.
Yeah, I won't sing it to you. But Karen Carpenter's one of my big heroes. She's wrote my dissertation about Karen Carpenter. He's a beautiful voice, and just lovely songs. I know some people find them a bit cheesy. I'm very lucky. One of my students wants to sing loads of Karen Carpenter stuff at the moment. It's great.
Great song choices for your choir.
Yes.
The other one is Friday I'm in Love by The Cure. Why did you choose that one?
The Cure are my favourite band. They have been for years and years and years. My husband and I went to see them at their 40th anniversary concert in Hyde Park recently. It was amazing. They just played and played and played and played. But Friday I'm in Love, my previous choir, the Churchill's Community Choir down in Beckenham, it was my birthday on choir night. And I knew they were up to something. There was a lot of whispering, but I sort of just ignored it. And it got to the tea break, and off we go to make our cup of tea, and they're shuffling around, and then the introduction to the song comes on, and they'd rehearsed it in secret.
Oh.
They said, "I can't believe you haven't noticed. We've been rehearsing in the playground. We've been at so-and-so's house doing it. We all got together here," and it was harmonised, and it was the thought of it. That it was just so thoughtful, and they did a really nice job of it. So I was just delighted in that.
How
That's
beautiful.
yeah.
Fabulous story. Fabulous story for a fabulous lady.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
thank you very much for being with me this afternoon, Kari. And those 2 records will be played after this interview. And you never know, you may see me in person.
Definitely. Come and say hello. There's a lot of faces in there. You have to come right up and say hello.
Okay, thanks a lot, Kari. Take care.
Bye-bye.